Welcome back to Breakfast Television live from Yonge Dundas Square. Well, it's not actually live. As you go through all the digital stuff, we're about a second behind. Here's Winston to talk a little bit of online stuff. What are we going to talk about today, Winston?
We're going to talk about Uber. So Uber, the app that allows you to order taxis, has a new version of their service here in Toronto and Mississauga called UberX, and it's dubbed as the low-cost Uber. And I actually have the app pulled up on my phone. So typically when you order an Uber, you're paying typical taxi fares, so the $4.25 base fare, and then you're paying 25 cents every 30 seconds. I believe you're sitting in the car and every kilometer you go.
Yeah, they were trying to keep some sort of fairness, although it is sort of killing the taxi industry.
So there's a new service that's causing a lot of controversy. It's called UberX, and it's a service where private people like you and I can sign up to be private drivers.
What could possibly go wrong with that?
What could possibly go wrong?
Possibly.
So in terms of pricing, it's $2.75 minimum fare. So it's significantly cheaper than taking a typical taxi.
And it could be anyone.
And it could be anyone. And you're paying 30 cents a minute plus $1 safe rides fee, and that's it. But there's no taxis around. It says no Ubers available. And this is what someone else tweeted, saying, you know, UberX looks pretty good, but not a lot of cars are available in this city yet. Yet. So,
but I foresee lots of problems with this, just allowing anybody to be a taxi driver.
So the concern is from a lot of taxi drivers that they're paying a lot of licensing fees that other people aren't paying.
And they have a lot of rules.
And insurance reasons. So, you know, typical insurance coverage only covers personal use, but now you're turning your personal insurance into commercial reasons. So Uber is saying they're giving $5 million coverage per driver, or up to $5 million, which is 2.5 times what normal taxi drivers get.
But again, I just don't want anybody to just use their car as a taxi.
And Frank was asking me earlier, because I was talking to him about this, he was asking me if there's any sort of rating system. And there is a rating system for taxi drivers, but you only find out after the fact what they were rated. What they need to do is have, you know, before you confirm your driver, see that Kevin Frankish is rated 4.5 stars out of 5, and you know, he seems okay, and then I'll confirm my ride. But yeah, a lot of concerns. A driver in Toronto who is an UberX driver right now says he makes something up to $150 a day driving people around. So if you're looking for extra cash, this is something to consider. But the city has slapped Uber with something like 35 bylaw infractions. So there's going to be quite a fight. Uber is fighting this fight in a lot of different cities, Toronto included now.
All right. Well, ask yourself, would you get into a car with Russ Holden? I don't know. Russ?